Meet Natalie Reynolds, the OnlyFans star who's managed to make herself one of the most infamous names on the internet.
Know my last name?
What is it?
Natalie Reynolds. He's literally my dad.
All right.
This girl isn't just your typical online troublemaker. She's an unstoppable force of chaos, a walking scandal with zero filter and even less empathy.
That's all I needed for him to do that, and it became personal with me.
Natalie has turned recklessness into her brand, pulling stunts so jaw-dropping, so dangerously out of control that people can't help but watch, horrified, wondering what on earth she'll do next.
Here it comes. Almost there.
She's done everything from filming a mentally disabled homeless woman nearly drowned for content,
Emotional damage.
to staging a fake kidnapping prank involving children. And let's not even get started on her infamous gym stunt where she waltzed in wearing nothing but body paint, leaving every gym goer uncomfortable and outraged. She thrives on shock value, treating every moral boundary as if it's a mere suggestion. And she doesn't just post wild content, she markets it, flaunting each scandal to build her brand, draw in views, and cash in on her growing infamy. Natalie Reynolds isn't just hated, she's feared.
You either die a hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Parents groups, mental health advocates, even her own ex-boyfriends have come out, calling her dangerous and begging platforms to take her down.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Her former friends call her unrecognizable from the girl they used to know, while her die-hard fans praise her as an unfiltered icon. With every stunt, Natalie pushes the limits of what people will tolerate, and every controversy only seems to fuel her further. But how did she get here? How did Natalie Reynolds go from a sidekick in YouTuber Jack Doherty's videos to becoming one of the internet's most controversial figures?
Nice.
Alright, let's break it down. Natalie Reynolds isn't famous for playing it safe.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
This girl's done stuff that makes even the most chaotic influencers look tame. Her stunts are so insane that people are actually calling her dangerous. And honestly, they might have a point. We're talking about someone who thinks making people uncomfortable or outright terrified is just part of the game. Here's the stuff that's got the internet on fire, hating her, fearing her, and wondering how the heck she hasn't been kicked off every platform yet. Let's start with one of her worst ideas yet. Imagine this. Natalie rents a beat-up, creepy-looking van, slaps a free candy sign on it, and parks it near a busy park.
Chocolate. M&M's. Twix.
Yep, that's exactly what she did. This wasn't some innocent Halloween prank, it was a straight-up horror movie in real life. Natalie, armed with a camera and no common sense, started luring in kids, offering them candy, and filming their reactions. She said it was a social experiment to teach kids about stranger danger, but let's be real, she scared the life out of everyone around. Kids were freaked out, parents were screaming at her, and the police got called.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me.
The backlash was instant and massive. Moms Demand Action, one of the biggest parent groups in the country, called her out hard, saying she was a real threat to public safety. They went straight to YouTube and TikTok, demanding her account be banned and saying she was the worst example for kids. Natalie's response? She shrugged it off, saying everyone overreacted and that she was just trying to raise awareness. Right? Because the best way to teach kids not to trust strangers is to act like the worst stranger possible. This stunt earned her a whole new level of hate, and it's safe to say she's now every parent's worst nightmare.
Hey, congratulations, you played yourself.
I am the one, the way you're trying.
If you thought the van thing was bad, get this.
That's consistently watching the streams and joins my Discord and follows my kick. I'm giving away. Do you want to jump in together?
Natalie found a homeless woman, mentally disabled mind you, named Debbie, and offered her $20 to jump into a freezing lake. Debbie, desperate and clearly not in her right mind, agreed.
Gonna get in trouble. Right?
No.
No. All right. You know why I wasn't going to? Because my feet were getting
You should
hot.
just jump in right now.
But I'm gonna jump in with.
Natalie didn't just watch, she filmed the whole thing live, laughing while Debbie struggled in the water, clearly panicking.
Oh! Wait, what?
When bystanders noticed what was happening and rushed to help. Natalie stayed behind the camera, acting like it was all some big joke. Debbie was literally gasping for air, and Natalie couldn't have cared less.
I didn't tell you to jump in.
The hell wrong with you? Hey, yo!
This stunt hit a new low. Dr. Ellen Tisdale, a well-known mental health advocate, called it one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen online. Dr. Tisdale, along with other advocates, started pushing for a permanent ban, saying Natalie was dangerous to society. Petitions went up on YouTube and Instagram to deplatform her, getting thousands of signatures within days. But did Natalie apologize? Nope. She just kept rolling, probably thrilled that people were talking about her. For Natalie, it was just another moment, but for everyone else, it was a line that should never have been crossed. Now let's talk about the stunt that had the fitness world, and honestly everyone else, shaking their heads. Natalie walked into a 24-hour fitness gym, not in workout gear, but in painted on leggings. That's right, body paint, no real pants. She was practically naked, strutting around like she owned the place, filming herself doing workouts while people around her stared in complete shock. Imagine being in the gym, minding your business, and suddenly you're part of this girl's content. Chloe Knight, a fitness YouTuber who happened to be at the gym, later posted a reaction video saying, "I've never seen anyone so desperate for attention in my life. She didn't care who she made uncomfortable." Chloe's video blew up, and instead of backing off, Natalie went after her, calling Chloe a Karen who can't handle a joke. 24-Hour Fitness wasn't laughing. They released a statement saying they were reviewing security measures to prevent anything like that from happening again. Natalie's response? She doubled down, telling her followers that people just need to lighten up. For her, it was just another stunt, but for everyone else, it was yet another reason she's one of the most hated people online.
Bro, fuck this shit. I'm ending. I don't give a fuck.
Natalie's OnlyFans isn't just a regular adult content page, it's a full-on circus. She uses her platform to spill tea on her wildest stunts, giving exclusive details on things like her breakup with Liam Torres, where she claimed he was a cheater and a liar. The problem? Liam came out later and said it was all made up. According to him, Natalie turned their relationship into content, twisting every argument and every moment into something she could sell on OnlyFans. He even claimed she tried to frame him as the bad guy just to get more sympathy and more subscribers. And let's not forget her family. According to sources close to her, her parents are horrified. They tried to step in, pleading with her to leave OnlyFans and get back on track, but Natalie wasn't having it. She told them they didn't get the hustle and cut them out, choosing her OnlyFans empire over her own family. For Natalie, this isn't just a way to make money, it's her brand, and she'll push it to the limit no matter who she burns in the process. So who isn't furious with Natalie Reynolds at this point? This girl's made enemies in every corner of the internet, from big-time influencers and mental health advocates to family-focused organizations. And it's not just talk, these people want her gone. There's a serious movement to get her banned from social media for good. And the pressure is piling up on platforms like YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram to pull the plug on Natalie's chaotic empire. Leading the charge are the parents. Remember the free candy van incident? That one stunt made her the #1 enemy for parent groups across the country. Moms Demand Action, one of the loudest voices in the fight, has been relentless, calling her a real-life danger and saying that her content is actively putting children at risk. They've been campaigning on every platform, rallying other parents, signing petitions, and even sending letters to YouTube and TikTok to demand Natalie's removal. These groups argue that her reckless behavior could encourage younger viewers to copy her stunts, which could end in disaster. They point out that kids today look up to influencers, and if Natalie's out here making traumatizing pranks look cool, who knows what other creators might try to one-up her. Parents groups are saying this isn't just about Natalie, it's about setting a precedent. They want social media companies to make an example of her and send a clear message that this kind of content isn't just unacceptable, it's dangerous. Natalie's notorious lake incident put her squarely in the crosshairs of mental health advocates who say her content crosses every ethical line imaginable. The way she exploited Debbie, a homeless woman with mental disabilities, just to get a reaction on camera, was a wake-up call for these groups. Dr. Ellen Tisdale from Mental Health Alliance went on record calling Natalie's behavior sociopathic and a disgrace to humanity. She didn't mince words, saying, "People like Natalie Reynolds should have no place on platforms that reach millions." Dr. Tisdale and her organization are actively working to get Natalie's content flagged and removed, saying that her treatment of vulnerable people is beyond irresponsible. They've even teamed up with other mental health advocates to pressure platforms like Instagram and YouTube to adopt stricter guidelines for influencers. They're demanding that these companies monitor content more closely to protect vulnerable groups from becoming the next joke in a viral video. Mental health advocates are drawing a hard line in the sand, making it clear that if platforms won't step in, they'll continue raising awareness and going after Natalie's brand until she's banned. Let's not forget her exes. Evan Michaels and Liam Torres are two of the biggest names speaking out against Natalie, with horror stories about how she exploited their relationships for clout. Evan, who dated her for just 3 months, said being with Natalie was like dating a social media ticking time bomb. He's told followers that she constantly used their private moments for content, once even posting an argument to her OnlyFans without his permission. Liam went through a similar nightmare, saying Natalie twisted every argument they had into a scripted soap opera to keep her followers hooked. These guys aren't just talking, they're actively working to get her removed, warning others about her manipulative behavior. Liam has publicly called for platforms to ban her for good, saying she doesn't care who she hurts as long as she gets attention. Both exes have shared their stories on social media, with unbanned Natalie Reynolds becoming a trending hashtag thanks to their followers. They're sending a loud and clear message. This isn't just an influencer with questionable content. This is someone who will use anyone and everyone as a stepping stone for more fame. Natalie's stunts haven't just angered parents and advocates. She's got a growing list of enemies within the influencer world too. After the infamous gym prank at 24 Hour Fitness, where she showed up in body paint and made everyone around her uncomfortable, big names in the fitness world started calling her out. Chloe Knight, a fitness YouTuber who was there, posted a video saying, "Natalie doesn't care about boundaries or respect, she just wants to shock people."
Are you serious?
Chloe's video went viral and it sparked a wave of influencers joining in to call Natalie out.
I don't understand. Why does no one take me seriously?
Fitness coach Jordan Michaels posted his own reaction, saying, "If a guy did this, he'd be kicked out and probably banned forever. It's not funny, it's harassment." Other influencers from different niches joined the conversation, rallying around Chloe and Jordan's message. For them, Natalie isn't just bad for the fitness community, she's bad for the entire influencer space. They're saying she makes all influencers look worse, creating a bad rep for anyone trying to build a real career online. With the mounting backlash, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram are all under serious pressure to take action. Parent groups, mental health advocates, influencers, and her exes aren't just voicing their anger, they're putting heat on the platforms that give her a voice. YouTube in particular has been targeted by petitions calling for a complete ban of Natalie's account, citing that her content violates community guidelines on harassment and harmful behavior. Social media companies are now in the spotlight, forced to decide if they'll actually step in or let Natalie's content slide by. Despite the risks, TikTok has already taken down several of her videos, flagging them for dangerous behavior. But Natalie keeps finding ways around it, reposting or re-editing the footage to keep it online. The platforms are being called out for turning a blind eye and failing to protect users from dangerous content, with critics saying they're only keeping Natalie on because she drives engagement, even if it's for all the wrong reasons. Section 4. What's next for Natalie Reynolds? Natalie Reynolds is at a crossroads. She's pushed every boundary, offended almost everyone, and somehow stayed on top for now. But with her stunts under a microscope and entire movements calling for her ban, she's closer than ever to losing it all. The pressure on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram is fierce. The platforms know they're enabling a full-blown internet villain, and every new call to action from advocates, influencers, and angry parents only adds fuel to the fire. Natalie might be one misstep away from permanent bans across major social media. These platforms can only ignore her behavior for so long, especially if it keeps driving public outrage. So, will she adapt? Based on her track record, that seems unlikely. Natalie thrives on being the girl who goes there. She mocks every critic, embraces every backlash, and doesn't seem remotely interested in changing her ways. An apology tour or a redemption arc would be completely out of character for her. In fact, she's more likely to crank up the controversy if it keeps her name trending. Then there's her OnlyFans. If the main platforms pull the plug, OnlyFans could be her last refuge, but it's risky. Without YouTube and TikTok feeding her followers, she'd be isolated, cut off from the masses that keep her in the spotlight. Natalie's brand has always been fueled by viral reach. A smaller platform might just dull her impact, leaving her to a dwindling echo chamber. So what's next for Natalie? Either she's on the brink of a social media apocalypse, or she's about to pull off her biggest stunt yet. One thing's for sure, she won't go quietly. One thing's for sure, she won't go quietly. Whatever happens, the world is watching her every move. And if you know Natalie, that's exactly what she wants. Until next time!